Welcome to the House Doctor. Today I'm going to show you how to mount a TV on the wall. I get calls all the time from customers who want me to hang their TVs for them. It's not complicated. You can easily do it yourself. I'll put a link in the description below where you can pick up this bracket dirt cheap. I think it was about $25. It's more than strong enough to hold almost any TV. Let's get started. First thing you want to do is just make sure that that bracket's going to work for your TV. On the back you're going to find 4 bolts. You need to measure the spacing of these bolts, both across and up and down, and you're going to have to take the measurement in millimeters. You can do it in inches and do a conversion, just use Google to find it, but you need to just check your spacing on your TV, make sure it's going to work. Okay, instructions, we won't need that. All kind of bolts and screws, everything you need to put this TV on the wall. It even comes with a level. This long part here on this bracket is what attaches to the wall, and then the clover leaf piece is what attaches to the back of your TV. And you'll notice when the unit is fully closed, it's offset a little bit, so you need to be aware of that offset. It's about 1.5 inches offset to one side. So when you're planning where on the wall you want to put your TV, just know that wherever you screw the bracket to the wall, the TV is going to be offset by 1.5 inches when the unit's fully closed. First thing we need to do is open up the TV mount all the way and disconnect the clover leaf from the rest of the bracket. This here we just need to loosen up a little bit. And then there's a Phillips screw on the other end. We need to take that off. Okay. You have a handy arrow here that tells you which part of the bracket goes up. You need to mount the clover leaf to the back of the TV, and the part of the clover leaf that has the stud and the nut on it is going to need to be towards the top of the TV. And I'm lucky that I can mount it directly to the TV. If your TV is a little bit bigger and your holes are further apart, it comes with these brackets that you can put on here, and it gives you extra mounting holes. You can put these on here. It comes with the bolts that you would need. So this is going to work for just about any TV. This TV needs M6 bolts that also come with the kits. They're metric bolts. And I recommend before you put the bracket on, you take these bolts and run them into your TV gently by hand, just to make sure they're not going to go in too far and bump up against some of the pieces on the inside of the TV. You're going to need to do a little bit of planning. Right here is where most of the connections are made for this TV. There's also a few on the side. You need to be aware of how things are going to plug into the TV, because this mount is going to go flush up against the back of the TV, so you need to be aware of where your power cord is if you're going to have any problems with the wires, because some of these, the plugs are up here. The kit comes with spacers if you do run into a problem that you could put here, and it even comes with longer bolts, so you can space this bracket further away from the TV if you need to. I'm not going to need to use that in this situation. If you were going to mount the TV up really high on the wall and you wanted it to face down towards you, you could put the spacers so you had big ones at the top, little ones at the bottom, to give you a slight angle when the unit's on the wall. I'm going to use my little toddler lock magnetic stud finder to check on the wall and see if I can find, oh, there we go, where there's a drywall screw holding the drywall on, just so I know where there's a stud. There's another one, just to check and make sure. This type of bracket you definitely want to put into the stud. It does come with some pretty serious anchors. If you had to mount it into a masonry wall, you would use these, drill a big enough hole, pound these in, and then run the screws in. The only type of drywall anchor I would recommend to hang stuff on the wall with any kind of weight, or something like this that screws into the wall, and then you run a bolt in and they flip open and you tighten them up and it pulls against it. If you're going to use this for this TV mount, do so at your own risk. I'll explain why. This mount is very heavy duty. It's going to easily hold the weight of the TV because these TVs are very light. They weigh 10, 20 pounds, not a lot of weight. But you're going to be pulling on it with this mount to move it, adjust it, get it all around where you need it to be. And if you have kids, it's a lot of force. You have a lot of leverage there. I wouldn't want to use this mount unless I was going into studs or into a concrete wall. But if you're not concerned about it, then definitely get something like an easy anchor. But I'm going into the stud with this. You have a notch here where the arrow points up. This is what attaches to the clover leaf. We already mounted on a TV. Once this is on the wall, you're going to just slide the TV on, and then your other screw is going to go back here. But I want to check first and get my clearance. This is going in a basement, so I want the TV mounted very high. So from the top of the TV to the top of the bracket, about 4 inches. So I'm going to mount this bracket so it's 4 inches below the ceiling. It's going to put the TV very high, but that's the way I want it. Right, I'm 4 inches down where I need to be. Mark my holes. Now I'm going to just pre-drill for my bolts. If you're going to be using the bolts that came with the kit, you want to use a 3/16 drill bit. You want it so that the threads of the bolt are going to show on either side of whatever drill bit you're going to use for your pilot holes. Now that you have your bracket attached to the wall, you want to extend it out to make hanging your TV a little bit easier. I'm just going to snug this screw up for now. I'm not going to tighten it all the way because you have a little bit of adjustment here to move the TV to straighten it out, just in case your bracket's not completely level. All right, we have our TV mounted on the wall. Everything's great, except for we have these wires here, but not to worry. I'm going to show you how to install this kit next week. Just hit the subscribe button, the notification bell, and you'll be notified when I put out the video that I'll show you how to easily hide these wires in the wall. Thanks for watching.